जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे जय कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम। जय कृष्ण बलराम। जय राधा श्याम सुंदर राधा श्याम सुंदर राधे। जय गौरनीताय गौरनीताय गौरनीताय। जय गौरनीताय। निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद। जय जय गुरुदेव 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 गुरुदेव। बोलो श्री वृंदावन धाम की, प्रभुपाद की, सामूहिक भक्तवृंद की। हरि बोल। आई वॉज नॉट टोल्ड एनी टॉपिक। कोई किसी को कुछ स्पेसिफिक टॉपिक? अक्षय तृतीया जो, अच्छा ओके फाइन, चलेगा फाइन। हरे कृष्णा। Hare Krishna. So we welcome all the devotees for today's evening program. So this is a two language, so I will speak in English. Most of the slides they are in Hindi, still no problem. So every year we have in our calendar, so presently in world people are using Gregorian calendar, most of the places, but in India we have Panchang. So our year begins from Chaitra Mas, Chaitra, Vaishakh, Jyeshtha, Ashad, like that. So the first month is Chaitra. We do Gudi Padwa. So it is mentioned in the scripture that in the Vaishakh Mas, also this good name given to a donkey. All of you know donkey? Katha. So the donkey is also given one good name in our scripture. He is called Vaishakh Nandan. Vaishakh Nandan means he becomes extremely happy. In Marathi they say, "Mi kiti sangu mi sangu kunala, az ananda ananda zala." So the donkey is just braying in the village because what he sees everywhere, the grass has dried up. What he thinks, I have eaten sufficient grass. Okay. So that is for a hard-working person, whatever it is. So Akshaya Tritiya, what we see, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explains in two verses. In material world, everyone wants to have a good time in this world as well as in the next world. But what Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita, 9th chapter, that Traividya Mam Soma Papa. What he explains, that those who are adherents, those who want to drink Somras, so they go to the heavenly planets where they get good living facilities like that of Indra, and this way they try to enjoy the life. Like you see in cities there are some clubs, Diners Club, Rotary Club, Lions Club, whatever it is. So their family, they get some special, whatever you see, is like swimming pool and other facilities. So but Krishna what explains, now all of you live in Goa, that many people they come by chartered flight or many other things. People have like this thing given, holiday package. It may be 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, whatever it is, 5 days. So after the holiday package, you have to wind up everything. You have to go back, take your return ticket. So further Krishna explains that in second shloka, that's 921. In this way, those who enjoy the life in heavenly planets, so when your credit card flops, and when your all pious credit is finished, so what happens? So Krishna explains, then again you are sent back to this material world where you have to again undergo Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi. Bhagavatam explains, Karmana Daivi Netrena Jantur Deha Upapadyate. Oftentimes what we see, yes, I can plan my life. Marathi, there is a saying, Tuja Jivanacha tu Shilpakar. Man is the maker of his own destiny, whatever it is. That is not so much true. But material world we should know, we have to live a practical life. But in our, especially Sanatan Dharma, so we are given the clear-cut instructions in the scriptures. And if we follow all those scriptures, is well and good. So Akshaya Tritiya is the third day of Vaishakh Mas, bright Shukla, Paksha. No need of any tithi, which is never, whatever we do on this day, Yajna, Dan, Tapa, it is mentioned in the scriptures, whatever you do on this day, so you get unlimited credit for coming many lives. Like if you do Havan, or even if you do Snan in some rivers, that way, it is mentioned in the Skanda Puran, whatever services, offerings and dana, donation given or made to the Supreme Lord Krishna or his devotees on this day receives manifold eternal benefits. So Akshaya means non-diminishing, non-exhausting, non-decreasing or non-reducing. It falls on the third day of the Shukla Paksha of Vaishak month when the sun and moon both are in exalted position and are simultaneously are in peak of their brightness, as they are considered the two eyes of the Lord. Both eyes are fully open. So Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explains that Nakshatranam Aham Shashi. After a bright object, Krishna explains is the sun. So here, as I told, as per our Panchang, it is mentioned if it comes on Monday and if there is a Rohini Nakshatra, then you get 1,000 time benefits. It comes occasionally, maybe once in a 30-40 years, it is possible. Okay. So now we'll see what are the 4 main events in a year. They are called 4 main events on which day everything is considered auspicious. One is that is Vijay Dashmi. Then second is Gudi Padwa, and one is that Purnima of Kartik month, and fourth is that is our Akshaya Tritiya. So these are, some places it is called 3.5 days, but some places it is called 4 days, whatever it is. So it is mentioned in the scriptures. It is not that in Kali Yuga we are observing this. It comes in all the yugas, irrespective of Satyug, Treta, Dwapar. So it is mentioned during the time of the Pandavas in Treta Yuga. So when the Pandavas, they were exiled for 13 years. So one time what Duryodhana he thought, let me harass them and let me send Durvasmuni. All of you know Durvasmuni, his characters, whatever it is. He gets angry very fast. Dimag bahut jaldi garam ho jata hai. So what he did, one day he called Durvasmuni and he pleased him very much. And he told, my cousin brothers Pandavas, they are in Kamyavan. Why don't you visit them post lunch? So because he knew that Yudhishthira Maharaj, he has got one Akshaya Patra from sun god, and once Draupadi eats, it will not produce anything until next day morning, maybe 11 o'clock. So they used to take one meal in the afternoon. So Durvasmuni said, okay, no problem, I'll do as per your wish. So what happened, when Durvasmuni came, that time Draupadi, she was taking her meal. And Durvasmuni, he called Yudhishthira Maharaj. He said, Yudhishthira, listen, we are going. Along with me, I have 21,000 disciples. Can't imagine. So we are going to Yamuna. We'll come in half an hour. So prepare for us a very sumptuous lunch. So Yudhishthira Maharaj, he came to Draupadi. So what Draupadi, she said, I have now eaten. Until tomorrow, nothing is possible. You have to take the curse of Durvasmuni. So now she was in a dilemma, and what she immediately thought of Krishna, and Krishna also manifested there, and he said, I am also hungry, why don't you feed me something? So she started crying. So Krishna, he said, okay, get me that pot, Akshaya Patra. So there was one small remnant. Krishna ate that. There is one saying, Yasmin tuste jagat tuste. Like whatever you put food in your mouth, so all your bodily organs, they get the energy. Similarly, we put water to the root of a tree. So in the same way, when we please Krishna, so everyone is pleased. So one time in Karnataka, Udupi, there was one Pejauru Mat Swami, a very pious man. So he was asked by one press reporter. So he said, Swamiji, how come you are offering 1.5 CR diamond, this thing for the Lord? They had made one, this thing, what do you say, crit. So he said, everything is given by the Lord. What is the dearth in if we give just 1.5 crore for the Lord? A material world, we are wasting so much money in unwanted project. So long back I saw in Goa, Madgaon, they were making some train. So now that project is gone to the hell. Okay, whatever it is. So even in 1970s, when Prabhupada was in America, so that time there was a big craze going to the moon. Okay, so that time they were promising, that we will take you to the moon. You can take land there. You can go for honeymoon and so many things. So there was one time when there was one cartoon. So they spent 270 billion, and in one museum there were stones. So one boy says, "My dad, how come they spent 270 millions just to get these stones from moon?" Can you imagine? So whatever you read the messages about in the newspaper about the space exploration, it is all nonsense. If you want to get a clear-cut knowledge, you read Prabhupada. There is one nice book of Prabhupada he wrote in the beginning, Easy Journey to Other Planets. Okay? We can't go in the self-same body to heavenly planets. Even one time Vishwamitra, he tried his level best to send Trishanku, but Indra kicked him back. So that cannot be possible. But Akshaya, what we say, so also all of you know, Ravan had one son by name Akshay Kumar. Also there is one personality in Bollywood. So I need not to elaborate about him. I don't know him. By face also I can't recognize, whatever it is. So it is mentioned that on this day, Akshaya Tritiya day, if we worship Lord Krishna, Radha Krishna, or this thing, Vishnu, so you get unlimited spiritual credits. In Bhagavad Gita, this word comes, Akshara. Okay? In the 15th chapter, Krishna explains there are two classes of beings, the fallible and the infallible. In the material world, every living entity is fallible. Fallible means Jatasya dhruvor mrityum. For one is born, death is certain. Okay? But Krishna explains in the spiritual world, every living entity is called infallible. Because in the spiritual world, in Brahma Samhita, Brahma explains Tatrarpita niyamita smaranena kala. There is no, the time doesn't act over there. So, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explains in the second chapter, there is one nice verse, Neha vikramana ashosti pratyavayano vidyate swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. In this material world, even if one can have a good fortune of earning a good fortune, recently about 6 months back, Ratan Tata, he left the material world, very pious man. So anyone can guess how much fortune he had? Ratan Tata, how much fortune he had? In Hindi they call 40 lakh crore. Kitna? How much in English you say 40 lakh crore? 40 lakh crore. Can you imagine how many railway wagons will fill up? Can't imagine. Okay, whatever it is. I was in recently. I was in one place, Bombay. So somebody told, now because for us there is a multi-facility hospital, multi-speciality hospital. In Bombay, they are building now a multi-speciality hospital for animals. Because living with us, they are also getting sick. If they live in a normal condition of life, like I live in Vrindavan, the monkeys, they never get sick. Monkeys, they never get sick because they live a normal life. They don't live an artificial life. Okay? So that is the difference between them and us. Oftentimes, Goa, I don't know, there is a race course. Race course, all of you know what is race course? Where the horses run and people go to see. When people run, do the horses come to see, Arey, aadmi daud raha hai? Huh? No, that thing doesn't happen. That means they are much intellectual, more intelligent than us, whatever it is. So here Krishna explains that in material world, the biggest fear is that of death. There is a saying in Konkani, Jivantulla bhik magun khain, mak marchana. So whatever it is, all of you know, those who know Konkani. So material world, even this Saddam Hussein, when he was being hung that time, even there are many other peoples. So what we see, material world, no one wants to die practically, but still hope against hope. And today's world, Kali Yuga has had advanced so much. So people have akala mrityu. Nowadays, most of the people have akala mrityu. In bygone days, people used to predict their death. Like I live in Vrindavan, there was one elderly lady, 80 years old. So this is like 15 years back, real thing happened. So there was one doctor. So this lady, she told, now they told me that I have a cancer. Better if you go to Delhi, you will be cured. But she said, I don't want to go to Delhi. I want to live my life here. I want to die in Vrindavan. But she said, I have one desire to go across Vrindavan Parikrama. It is 10 kilometers. So she asked the doctor, can you help me in this regard? So the doctor said, okay, I'll try my best. But that time they were digging for the sewage, something like that. And the doctor, he said, please forgive me, I can't take you. Even I don't have a palki to take you. Forget about the cycle rickshaw. So she said, okay, no problem. So after a week time, what she said, she called the doctor and she said, कन्हैया आए थे, कन्हैया ने मुझे परिक्रमा करवा दिया. कन्हैया means the Lord came and he took me across. Now you need not to take anxiety. So he was little taken back. So after a few days, what she told this doctor, she blessed him and she said, tomorrow I am leaving this material world. Krishna has told me, Amma, tu abhi aaja. So you come back. So thank you for your service. I will be leaving tomorrow. So again, he was taken back. He told the nurse, this lady, she is telling that tomorrow she is leaving the body. So keep a special watch on this lady. So next day morning around 8 o'clock, she left her body. See, before leaving her body, she called the nurse, asked for Yamuna water, Tulsi, and in a very peaceful condition, she left her body. So material world, what we see, nowadays in the Western countries, there is one, this thing. All of you know what is euthanasia. Euthanasia means what mercy death. Means those who are suffering from cancer. So what they say, better kill me by giving some poison injection. So material world, what Krishna explains, whatever bhakti we have done, so there is no loss. Prabhupada explains, even if we have done 5% Krishna bhakti, so next life we'll begin from 6%. Even in the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna asked Arjuna asked Krishna, O mighty armed Krishna, does not such a man who is bewildered from the path of transcendence falls away from both spiritual and material success and perish like a riven cloud with no position in any sphere. So sometimes there is a saying, na dhobi ka gada, na ghar ka, na ghat ka. Oftentimes it happens with many people. Aya Ram, Khaya Ram, Gaya Ram, fir agle Sunday Aya Ram, whatever it is. So oftentimes people, they don't take to spiritual life seriously. So Arjuna, his doubt was, if someone falls away or goes away from spiritual life, so what will be his position? So Krishna further explains in the 6th chapter that okay, those one who has taken to devotional service, for him there is no this thing, fear. What Krishna explains, so Krishna has given 3 different these things, options. Options means he gets 3 destinations. So if he has done a small devotional service for a small period of time, so he goes to the heavenly planet, again he is born in the material world. Second is that if he has done for little amount of time, then he gets birth in a rich family, aristocratic family. And if he has done devotion for longer period of time, so he gets birth in a devotee family. So then he continues with his devotion. So Gita also in 16th chapter, Krishna explains that he who discards injunctions and acts according to his own whims attains neither perfection nor happiness nor the supreme destination. This is very important. This verse explains that Yah Shastra Vidim Vistrijya Vartate Kamakaratah. So Krishna here explains, in 16th chapter, so their divine and demonic qualities are mentioned. First, Krishna explains 26 divine qualities. Then, second part, he explains about the demons, their thinking, feeling, willing, and doing. And in the end, what he explains, because most of the demons, what we see in today's world, people, they do what they like. So they don't follow, only for namesake they are following the religion. This is a lip service. So what Krishna explains here, that yes, those who are don't follow this scriptural injunctions, neither they are happy in this life, neither they will be happy in the next life. So now, because it is mentioned that Akshaya Tritiya is meant for purchasing, in the bygone days people used to buy gold. Nowadays, people, they say, no point in purchasing gold. What I heard, it has gone to 1 lakh. How much? Who's doing all this? I don't know. So anyone can guess, in 1930s, maybe 75 years back, how much was gold? 10 grams. Just guess. Guess. Your parents were there by then. 18 rupees tola. How much? 18 rupees. When my mausi, my mother's younger sister, she got married, my grandfather, he gave her 25 tola. My mother was telling her, mujhe keval 20 tola dala. Okay. This was way back in 70s. That time the gold was 350 rupees in 1970. 1930, 1970. Now you are coming to 2025. Can't imagine. Kahan se dhua aa jayega. So forget it. So Krishna explains, charity given out of duty, without expectation. So now, here what we see, out of duty means, like oftentimes, because we are in the human society, we have so many obligations. Because you live in city, so you have duty, you have to pay your phone bill, electric bill, water bill, so many bills you have to pay from medicine to many things you are paying. So here Krishna explains that charity given out of duty, without expectation of return. Oftentimes people give charity to get back more. I heard about that, Bill Gates and all. So wherever they invest, they expect 10 times more. So one time, this was way back, 30 years back, one gentleman, he gave 1 crore 50 lakhs to Balaji. So one press reporter, he asked, yeah, how come you gave this much charity? He said that I didn't give much, I gave only 5%. So last time when I visited Balaji, I said, I'll make you my business partner, but only I'll give you 5%. Okay. So in our Vedic scripture, can anyone guess how much we are supposed to give in charity, whatever we earn? Actually, all the scriptures mention Islam, Christianity, even Sikhism, all the scriptures, there is a mention of giving charity. Can anyone guess in our scripture how much we are being told to give? 50%. So people, they say, no, not possible. That Rup Goswami, when he left the job, 50% of his money he gave in charity. The rest 50% he divided into 20% each for his family, relatives, near dear ones, and he kept for him little, 20%, whatever it is. So here, the third point, Krishna explains that time, place and worthy person. Desha Kala Patra. This is also very important. Time, because Akshaya Tritiya, that is also bound by time. Material world, everything is bound by time. Place, it has to be a holy place or sacred place. And worthy person means he should be a Brahmana or engaged in devotional service. Prabhupada explains that whatever charity we give, we should give it for propagating Krishna consciousness. And today's world, most of the people, they give charity for social welfare services. But what they get in return? Nothing. Still people give bad words. So Prabhupada explains, this Gandhiji, he gave us independence, but still someone was not happy. So what he did? He killed him. Similarly, there was Indira Gandhi. Somebody was not happy. Then after that there was Rajiv Gandhi. Again, I don't know what this guy will be doing, the present one. Desperately he wants to become Prime Minister of India. There is a saying, कौवा चले हंस की चाल तो खुद का चाल भी भूल गया. Today, most of the people, they want to bring up their children in convent school. So, but what happens, neither they can speak their own language nor the proper English, whatever it is. So, here it is mentioned about the charity. So now, Akshaya Tritiya, there are countless events. We'll go across some events. So you can sometimes browse ISKCON Brindavan. So on 30th April, there was this thing, Akshaya Tritiya. So for coming 21 days. So now our Krishna Balram in Brindavan, they are 50 years old. Can you imagine? So but they look like 16 years old. That is the difference between us and the Lord. So this big photo is at least 20 years old, this photograph. So now here what we see, this is a Chandan Yatra. So there is a one pastime in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So Madhavendra was told by Gopal that why don't you go and get some chandan from Malay Hill. So this is a big story. Madhavendra he went to Jagannath Puri. Then on the way back at Remuna, Gopalji he gave him one more dream. He said, by that time you come here, you will have so many problems. Better you give that chandan to, there is one deity called Kheer Chora Gopina. So Madhavendra he handed over there. So now we'll explain the events. Chandan Yatra, in all the temples we have two types of deities. One is called Archa Vigra. The big deities they are called Archa Vigra. The small deities they are called Utsav Vigra. They can be taken for a ride on a palki. So most of the temples they do for the big deities on the first day and the last day. So then we have Parshuram. So he is a Shaktavesh avatar. So it is mentioned that there was one king, Kartavir Arjun. His children, they killed his father. Anyone knows what is the name of Parshuram's father? Jamdagni. So Parshuram, what he did for next 21 generations, he completely killed the Kshatriyas. Then we have the Ganges. Sea came to this material world. In the Bhagavatam 8th canto, there is a story of King Sagar. So this King Sagar, he had 60,000 sons and one time he was doing Ashwamedha Yajna. And also know Indra, he becomes little scared if someone does Ashwamedha Yajna. So Indra, what he did, so he stole the horse and he tied that horse at Kapil Muni's ashram. If you go to Calcutta, there is one place called Ganga Sagar. So what happened? The children of Sagar Maharaj, they mistook. Sometimes we have misunderstanding. So what happened? What they thought, this guy has stolen the horse, and they became very angry, and by their anger only they got burnt. So in the fourth generation of this King Sagar, there was Amshuman, Dilip, then comes Bhagirath. So Bhagirath, he did a tapasya for a long time. So the Ganges, he put two conditions, terms and conditions apply. She said, see, I have such a force, if I come to the material world, I will pierce the earth and I will go to Patal. You have to do something for that. Okay. The second part of the story, she said, all the sinful people, they will come and bathe in me. So I have to get pure from that sin. So make some arrangement for that. So Bhagirath, he prayed to Lord Vishnu. So Lord Vishnu, he gave him the antidote. So he tell Ganges that she can land on Shivji's head, a Gangadhar. And as far as cleaning of the Ganges, Lord Vishnu, he told, when my devotees will visit the Ganges and when they bathe, it is mentioned that when the highly spiritual personalities, they go and bathe in the Ganges, so what happens? Ganges automatically becomes pure. So recently there was a Kumbh Mela, big Jhamela. In India, almost 66 crore people, half the population. They went there. How many amongst you went Kumbh Mela? Few people. Okay. Haha. Because during that period of time, it is mentioned there are some certain tithis, the water becomes Amrit. So all of you will get a chance to go to the heavenly planet. Your direct ticket to spiritual world stands fast. And stands fast means you have to come again to this material world. Again, just I am joking. Then you have to go to the spiritual world. So Bhagavad Gita Krishna explains, A Brahma Bhuvana Loka Punaravartina Arjuna Mam Upetyayatu Kaunteya Punarjanmana Vidyate. So then comes next event, that Char Dham. There are two varieties in Char Dham. One is for 4 yugas. One is for Satyuga, Badrinath, Treta Yuga, Rameshwar, Dwapar Yuga, Dwarka, and Kali Yuga is Jagannath Puri. But there are another 4 that is called Gangotri, Yamunotri, Kedarnath, and Badrinath. So here now from Akshaya Tritiya until Diwali, that they open all the temples. Also one of Bhagavad Lord's, there are 24 Leela avatar. One avatar is called Hayagriv. So this avatar, what happened one time, Brahma, when he went to sleep, 2 demons by name Madhu and Kaitam, they hacked the brain of Brahma. Next day Brahma, when he woke up, he couldn't make out what to do. So then the Lord could understand, he manifested as Hayagriv, and again he rebooted Brahma's brain. This is a computer language, whatever it is. So this way, this one event took place. Then in Jagannath Puri, these are the 4 dham. So Jagannath Puri also, they start building the cart, Rath Yatra, for Jagannath's Rath Yatra in Ashad. So they make 3 chariots of different size. They have different names. All complete descriptions is given about them. So now also what we see in Jagannath Puri, since time immemorial, Jagannath has 36 varieties of Sevites. So it comes in their parampara. They have learned from their forefathers, and this message is passed. So this way, it takes them around 50 days to completely build this 3 raths, and it gets ready just 2 days before. There is one, before Rath Yatra, there is one ceremony called, they completely paint Jagannath. He becomes sick for around 15 days. Then there is a Netrotsav. The next day is Rath Yatra. So and it is mentioned that Dwarka, Sudama went to Dwarka. Sudama, he was poor, although he was a classmate in childhood. So one time his wife, what she said, your friend is so rich. If you just visit him, maybe our fortune will change. He said, okay, let me try. So this way, Sudama and Krishna, they met in Dwarka. Then it is mentioned that as he started writing this Mahabharata, somebody told Ganesh is very good writer. So Ganesh he said, if you dictate fast, then I'll write. I am not a slow writer. So you have to hurry up. So Vyasdevi said, okay, whatever I dictate, you should understand, then only you can write. Otherwise, you cannot write. So anyone knows how many years it took Vyasdev? How many verses are there in Mahabharata? General knowledge, Mera Bharat Mahan, nobody knows. How many Mahabharata has, how many verses? I am in an odd position. Kitna shlok hai? How many shloks are there? 1 lakh. Okay. So it took about 3 years for Vyasdev to write Mahabharata. Then we have, as I told this past time, that Suryadev, he gave Akshaya Patra to the Pandavas. Here Krishna is honoring that leftover of the Pandavas. So then it is also mentioned that sun and the moon, they are on a high meridian and their power is high on the Akshaya Tritiya day. And also scripture mentions that mangoes should be eaten only after Akshaya Tritiya. Whatever you have eaten before that, all that is waste. That can cause you some disease, whatever it is. So that's why I told that we have to, there is a saying in Marathi, ऐकाचे लोकाचे करायचे मनाचे नहीं शास्त्राचे. आपका मन कहेगा मल्टी स्टोरी बिल्डिंग ऊपर जाके जंप मारो, मारेंगे क्या? हाँ नहीं, वैसा तो कोई नहीं करेगा. तो अपना मन कुछ भी बोल सकता है. तो जिसने भी ये बोला है कोट, उसको थोड़ा आप एक अमेंडमेंट दे सकते हैं. प्लीज़ चेंज दिस. ओके, हमारे बांके बिहारी, बोलो सी बांके बिहारी लाल की. हाँ. सो इन साउथ इंडिया व्हेन यू गो टू बालाजी, वेंकटरमण गोविंदा गोविंदा, they pull you, even you don't get 5 seconds darshan. But in Banke Bihari, there you get darshan. The pandas and many thieves are there. They say, आप अपने time ले लो, आराम से दर्शन करो, so we can rob you. So most of the people who go to Banke Bihari, okay, all varieties of people come. Vrindavan nowadays, recently our temple had 50th anniversary. So a good number of devotees came from abroad, and most of the devotees, they lost their iPhone. It's a big disease. People want to have iPhone. So at least 10 devotees, they lost iPhone. So one devotee said, maybe Krishna wants to make me humble. I should not have bought iPhone. That was the realization of one devotee. Okay, go to next. Rishabdev. So in Bhagavatam 5th canto, it is mentioned that Rishabdev is also a Shaktavesh avatar. So he had 100 sons. His eldest son was Bharat Maharaj. So for your general knowledge, anyone knows at what age Bharat Maharaj he left his fortune, like one who passes stool and never sees back? At what age he left his complete fortune? In scripture it is mentioned, Panchasha Ordam Vanam Vrajet. That means after 50 years one has to leave the home, so-called home, Prabhupada writes. Okay, I will not take your time. At the age of 25, he left his all fortune. He went to meditate at Gandaki. But still he was not successful. Then Kuber, he got the position of FM, finance minister. Okay. Then Brahmaji, he created one Satyuga and Treta Yuga. So again, for your general knowledge, how many days are there in 12 hours of Brahma? How many Chatur Yugas are there? In one day and a half day, means in 12 hours of Brahma. 1000 Chatur Yugas. So then we have one place in Andhra Pradesh, is called Simhachalam. There's one nice deity of Lord Narsingadev. So 365 days they put Chandan to this Narsingadev. So on that Akshaya Tritiya day, they take out the complete Chandan in the morning. Again they put 365 days. These deities, they get Chandan. Then also people, they do Tarpan for their forefathers. In North India, it is called Baishakhi. They cut the grains. They have a good number of festivals, especially in Punjab, Haryana. So there is this thing, Ganga Snan, people they do. Also, it is mentioned someplace that after the fratricidal war of Dwarka, Krishna came to Vrindavan. He was married with the gopis. Then a celestial plane came, and all the Brajavasis, along with Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda, Krishna, Radharani, all they went back to Golok Vrindavan. Then also it is a birthday of Annapurna. This is one name of Parvati. Annapurna means Bhojan. Annapurna means he gives us the ration. Also Badri Narayan. It is mentioned in the one Puran that one time Narada, he went to Vaikunta, where the Lord was in Yoga Nidra. So what Narada, he told the Lord, if you are doing like this, people will imitate you. In Bhagavad Gita there is a saying, Yadeda Acharita Sreshtas Tattat Evetor Jana. Better you should do some tapasya. The Lord Vishnu said, okay, immediately I am going to the material world. So he came to this Badrinath, the Lord. Later on Lakshmi also came. So Badrinarayan Puja, because in the north it is completely covered with the snow. So in the May, the snow melts until Diwali. People go in good number. Also it is mentioned that Krishna, he saved Draupadi from the Asasabha. He supplied her unlimited sari. Then Lakshmi, it is mentioned that in Samudra Manthan, Lakshmi was confused whom to choose. All the devatas and demons, they were saying, "Hamare gale mein haar dal do." So, but later on, she saw there is Lord Vishnu. She put the garland in her his head. So also Tulsi Jaldan. So as per the scriptures, Tulsi, what we see in our this thing Sanatan Dharma, olden time people used to keep cows and Tulsi. So Tulsi emits spiritual energy. It is called Divya Kanti Valayam. So she is like a living personality. We should water at least in this Vaishak Mass for 21 days. Also Prabhupada, he inaugurated before ISKCON, he had made one institution called Hare Krishna League of Devotees that he inaugurated in Jhansi. That was in 1953. That was also they mentioned it was Akshaya Tritiya day. So as there is a mention of Dan, Krishna explains that 3 things everyone has to do. Even Mahatmas, Yajna, Dana, Tapa. In one purport, this is in Hindi, what Prabhupada explains, all the charity, whatever you give, they are to be given to solace the mind, to cool the mind. There are different processes for different things. It is mentioned in the scriptures that when you give in charity, you become more sober, more cool-headed. Okay. So Prabhupada explains that असली दान तो अन्यों के प्रति सारी आक्रमता का त्याग करना. And the real charity means no encroaching others' property. Okay. So Prabhupada explains यदि कोई दान खाते में धन देता है किंतु साथ ही शोषण कार्यों में या दुरुपयुक्त राजनीति दांव पेच में लगाता है तो उसके दान का कोई मूल्य नहीं. There are people, they invest someplace but they take more in return. So that kind of charity is of no use. So in end Prabhupada writes that asli daan means the real charity means to awaken one's spiritual consciousness. So by nature everyone is Krishna conscious, but we are forgotten. There is one bhajan by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Bhuliya tumhare sansare asiya piye nana vidha veta. So Prabhupada explains that Krishna consciousness movement is doing the highest charitable work. He gives the example, if supposing one big landlord's son is lost in a fest, you call in Goa fest, whatever it is. So 3 people see this kid, his kid, one offers him food, one offers him cloth, but the third person, what he thinks is, this boy is son of so and so. So he brings him home and he tells his father, yes, your son is with me. So what Prabhupada explains, we are giving the highest charity to the human beings, because in material world, whatever you do the charity, next day people will be again hungry, whatever it is. So it is mentioned in the Puranas, there is a big list of top charitable persons. Among there is a name of Karna. So it is mentioned that Karna, when he went to Swargaloka, so whatever he was trying to eat, it was becoming gold. By his touch, it was becoming gold. So he was completely taken back. He couldn't make out what to do. So later on, Indra told, because you didn't give in charity eatable foods, so that's why it is happening like that. So it is not that just we have to give gold or only some specific thing. Also there is one big story of King Nirga. In the Bhagavatam 10th canto, in Dwarka Leela, one time the children of Lord Krishna, they were playing in some forest and they came across a dry well and they found this animal, and they wanted to take it out but they couldn't rescue. So they went to Krishna and they called and when Krishna he came, he rescued this animal. So then Krishna was little curious. He wanted to know. Actually, he knows everything, but he asked this King Nriga, why don't you tell your story? How come you became this animal? So then King Nriga, he told how he got this body. So one time, actually, he mentions that his name is in the list of charitable persons, and every day he used to give in charity lakhs of cows. The cow who had her first calf completely decorated. So one time he gave one cow to one Brahmana. So that cow came back. Again next day same cow he gave to another Brahmana. So when this Brahmana was taking home, the other Brahmana he came and he saw, how come you are taking my cow? He said, come to the king. We'll sort out the problem. So when the both Brahmanas came to the king, so the king couldn't understand a small fault. Actually, it was not his fault. So he said, for each of you, I'll give 1,000 cows. Please leave these cows. But they were so stingy. All of you know what is stingy? Kanjush, makki chus. They said, no, I want this cow only. And they became little irritated and they went without cows. For that small mistake, so he had to go to Yamraji. So then Yamraji, he said, for eternity you will be in Swarga. So but only for small mistake, you have to take the birth of a small animal. So the king, he thought, okay, since I am going to stay for eternity in the Swarga, so let me finish my punishment first. So Krishna, in this chapter, there are deep instructions given, like how we should not encroach upon the property of Brahmanas and other things. So what happens, that can give us a big reaction in our life. So now the reaction, how many reactions can come by just accumulating money? Nowadays people have do number ka paisa. So in the Bhagavatam it is mentioned, in accumulating money there is you have to endeavor and you have to do hard work. There is a fear, there is anxiety, and also there is a bhram. This is called this thing called and a per varga, per ma. So then later on Krishna explains in Uddhav Gita. So there are 15 reactions. This is in Hindi. Theft, hinsa means violence, asatya bhashan means speaking wrong, duhara bartav means duplicity, kam, krodh, chinta, anxiety, garva. Anyone knows what is garva means? Pride. Okay. Jhagda, ladai, fighting, shatruta, enmity, aishwas. In the politicians, they make one resolution, avishwas prastav, okay? Then after that, irsha. Irsha means again, that is, what do you say, काम, क्रोध, लोभ. Irsha means envy. And स्त्रियों के द्वारा उत्पन्न संकट, problem from the ladies. And जुआ, you have, I need not to explain, Panji, Delton, whatever it is. Then last, Nasha. Goa is famous. People come here only for boozing, whatever it is. So it is mentioned that all these things, they will only bring bad fortune. One who wants to avoid this in his life, better he should be away from these things. Okay. One last, I will end with one nice pastime of Vrindavan. Vrindavan, all the holy places, they come on this day, Akshaya Tritiya day. So this is one place called Pawan Sarovar. So one time Krishna, when he came back from herding the cows, he saw his mother, she is doing matri. All of you know, anyone knows what is matri? Not rail ka patri. Matri means there is a dry puri. If you go to Bombay, Chowpatty, they will give you bhel. So with that matri, you have to eat the bhel. In the end, you can eat that matri. So Yashoda, she made one complete cart load of matri. So Kanaya, he asked, yes, how come now there is no annakut and it's the summer time, why you are making all this food stuff? So she said that your father and some elderly people, they are going to Prayagraj, a long journey. So this is a up and down bhojan for them. So Krishna said, okay. So that day while sleeping, so Kanhaiya, he asked, yes, Baba. Krishna used to address his father as Baba. So he said, yes, in this hot summer, where you are going to go? So Nanda Maharaj said, we don't have now field work. So we were thinking of going to this Triveni, where Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, they come together. So we have free time. So Krishna said, okay, what you do, where we bathe every day in Pawan Sarovar. So morning tomorrow after sunrise, you take your dip there and you can continue with your journey. So next day what happened? Nanda Maharaj, he came down to Pawan Sarovar. So to his surprise, what he saw, there were big chariots and soldiers were standing surrounding the Pawan Sarovar. And he saw inside divine personalities, demigods, in one side male, one side females, they were bathing. So he was taken back. He asked one soldier, ये क्या है, ये लोग कौन है? He said, ये सब तीर्थ है. So what they are doing here? So he said, they are bathing. Oh, he said, yes, क्या तीर्थों का पानी खत्म हो गया? नहीं. He said, they come here once a year. So then while he was curiously looking, so he saw one person 12 feet tall. So he was in so much happiness. So he was again and again he was bathing in Pawan Sarovar and he was coming on the land. He was putting the mud in the body. So he saw 3 times doing him like that. So he asked him, ye aadmi kaun hai? Who's this guy? So that soldier, he said, yehi hai Prayagraj, king of all the holy places. So later on when Prayagraj, he was changing his clothes. So Nand Maharaj, he went to him and he said, yes, how come you are bathing here? I was thinking of going to your place and you are here. It looks other way around. So there is a saying, those who live in Bombay, they like Himalayas. But those who live in Himalayas, they like the Bombay, whatever it is. So Prayagraj said that people, they come and they bathe in holy places and they they leave all their sins in our body, water body. So once a year we come here and after bathing we get complete 100% we get pure. So we do it in as per our calendar, we come every day. So our 1 year 365 days equal to the demigods 1 day. Okay? So this way Nanda Maharaj, he was taken back. He said, okay, now I understand all the holy places, they are at my doorsteps. Why I should go a long distance? So later on he went to the ladies. He asked them, let me know what is your name. So he asked them one by one, Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, Kaveri, Narmada, Sindhu. He said, okay, great. So this way, Rup Goswami has written one book called Mathura Mahatmya. So there it is mentioned that one who goes to Vrindavan for doing Tirtha Yatra, so he need not go to any other holy places, because just by going to Vrindavan, you get the benefit of visiting all the holy places on this 14 planetary system. Hare Krishna. We'll see Akshaya Tritiya Mahotsav ki. So we'll sing one Vaishnava bhajan. बोलो श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन जय राधे श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन Chamakund Kalindi Yamuna Jaya Jaya Mahavan Kal Ishighat Vamshi Vata Dvadasha Kanan Kishi Jaha sab leela koilo Srinanda Nandan Jaha Srinanda Yashoda Jaya Jaya Gopagan Srinanda Sridamadi Jaya Jaya Venuvatsagan Sri Jaya Vrishabhanu Jaya Kirtida Sundari Jaya Jaya Purnamasi Jaya Abhiranagari Jaya 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 Gopishwaram Vrindavana Majha Jaya Jaya Krishna Sakha Batu Dvijaraj Jaya Rama Ghata Jaya Rohini Nandan Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Vrindavana Vasiyat Jaya Jaya Dvija Patni Jaya Nagakanyagan Jaya Bhakti Teja Hara Pailo Govinda Charan Bhakti Sirasa Mandala Jaya Jaya Radha Shyam Sirasa Jaya Jaya Rasa Leela Sarva Manoram Jaya Jayo Jwala Jwala Rasa Sarva Rasa Sar Jayo Jwala Parakiya bhave jahan brajete prachar par Sijhanava pada padma Koriyasmaran Sijhana Fast Dina Krishna Dasa Kohe Nama Sankirtan Dina Jaya Vrindavan 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 Jaya Vrindavan Jaya Giri Govardhan Giri Govardhan Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jaya Vrindavan Dham Nittai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Tulsi Vrindavan Dham ki Shri Prabhupada ki Jai Hare Krishna